Now this is a very interesting clip that someone recorded in YouTube, and I thought it's useful for me to pick it up. The central point, as you will see, it is about the fact that our mind, our words, our speech, and our actions, they're all printed in space-time. You can't just simply erase them as you like. Once you have spoken it, you have actually marked yourself as space-time. They are kind of yours, so to speak. They are a memory, but the memory will return back to you. Wow, it hurts. That's right, it hurts. So beware what we speak, what we think, and what we do.
We cannot say that thought is not ours. When we emit such a thought, it immediately cycles. It permeates us, affecting us. It permeates others, affecting them. Thoughts that cause suffering to us and to others are not righteous thoughts, but wrong thoughts. The same goes for words. Uttering a sentence without love or meaning, a sentence that sows discord, suspicion, hatred, that sentence also carries our signature, for which we are fully responsible. Such a sentence causes breakdowns within and breaks around. It is the continuation of ourselves. Speaking a sentence of kindness that helps people reconcile with each other, that instills faith in the future, that sentence also carries our signature. That is right speech, not wrong speech. It is our continuation. It is our samsara. When there is an act of kindness, preserving life and reconciling others, that act carries our signature. It is a beautiful continuation of ourselves. But if our actions are divisive, violent, and destructive, they too bear our signature and will continue, cycle in a very negative form. The actions of body, speech, and mind that we create will cycle perpetually. They are our continuation. They cannot be lost and will have long-term effects, so we only want to cycle beautifully.
What I like about what he said is that he said that whatever you speak, whatever you do, whatever you think, they have got your signatures on it. I like that. Yeah, they got your signatures. So you can't just carelessly ignore them. And the universe will not allow you to ignore them. They return back to you as a form of memory. Right? And you may not even realize it, but it comes back to you from another person perhaps. Or it comes back from yourself through your dreams. But whatever it is, it returns back to you. They are like memories. And of course, because it is a memory, it hurts. That's right, it hurts you. You are the participant. You are the creator of that memory. So now you have to be hurt by that same memory that you perpetuated in your space-time. But is there a solution? Is there a way out of this problem? Yes, there is. You see, when they come to you in the form of a memory, this is where you can do an action. You can reverse them. That's what I call redeeming your own action. You can reverse it. Let's say, for example, you hate somebody. You hate somebody. So when the memory comes upon you, and you realize that there's somebody that you hate, you must now attempt to love that somebody. Not an easy thing, of course, but you need to reverse your own action. So, in other words, once it is a memory in space-time, you can reverse it. You can reverse that memory so that somehow your life could be better and should. But one thing is very clear, that you must get it into your head. There's no such thing as a sin eraser. You can't pick up an eraser and just clean up the slate. You cannot do that. You have to reverse your memory. The funny thing about it is that most people think that the reversal is quite easy. What I meant is that if you hurt somebody, you thought that you could actually say sorry to the other person. That sounds easy, right? But it isn't. You know why? Because if you hurt somebody, you'll find that somebody will hurt you. That is the memory. And when somebody hurts you, how do you respond to that hurt? In the same way that you have hurt somebody else, now somebody else is hurting you. How do you respond to it? The way you respond to that hurt, that's right, is the way you redeem yourself. Are you going to say to him, hey, why are you hurting me? You're a bad guy. Why are you hurting me? I've done no wrong. Are you going to say that? If you say that, then your sin have not been forgiven. Because that's what you did to someone else before. But you should have done this instead. When somebody hurt you, you just simply say, well, it is my fault. That's right, it's my fault. I mean, I've hurt someone before, or I have hurt you in some other way, I don't know. But then now, it is my fault, so I deserve to be hurt. That's how you redeem yourself. Tell me, now is that easy? Of course it's not easy. What is happening here? You're going to admit to yourself that I've done wrong in my life. I've hurt you before. I've hurt somebody else before. You're going to admit that. That requires a self-abasement. That requires a self-humility. Awesome. Isn't that right? Yeah. So the reversal of your memory has to take place. And it has to be sufficiently done to the extent that the memory no longer plague you anymore. I wish there was such thing as a sin eraser. I wish it was so easy to ask a Savior to erase me of my sin. I wish it was so easy to say that there is a God in heaven who forgives me, who has mercy upon me, and would remove everything that I've done. Can our mind ever be erased? Have you ever tried that? Erasing a memory? Whatever that we do from day one that we came into this world, it is all inside our brain. It is never erased. Whatever your parents did to you, you're going to replay it in your life. Whatever you did to someone else, you're going to be stung by a memory that is going to be very hard on you. And it's not about sin, right? In short, it's simply about whatever you have done in the past, pay back on you. And if it's a guilty thing, it is called sin. But if it doesn't involve guilt, then it's not a sin, but it's still a memory. Can you erase it? Now, it would be very, very good if I can call upon God to forgive me of my sins or erase my memory. It would be very, very good, right? If I can somehow make the universe in such a way that it could wipe out everything that I know of myself and restart again. But somehow it isn't so. Actually, we are the gods. That's right. We are in control, right? And we must learn to forgive ourselves. We are the Savior, right? And we must learn to erase our own sin, so to speak. And how to do that? There's only one way. We must forgive. And Jesus made a very interesting statement. Remember that. Jesus said, God will forgive you, he said, if you forgive others. Can you remember that? That's right. That's the word, if you forgive others. Right. So the universe will forgive you, but you must forgive yourself first. That's the point. Is it difficult to forgive myself? Is it difficult? It's really difficult to say that I'm wrong. Is it really difficult? Now, think carefully. If you love yourself, would you be able to forgive yourself? Of course you would, right? And if you love yourself, even if you say I'm wrong, the other part of you will just simply pat you and say it is all right, just like a father dealing with the son. Although your memory is already kind of marked with your signature, and although space-time has already experienced the participation of your action, and it's a mark in the universe, yes, you can reverse that memory. So when a memory comes upon you, you can say to yourself, I've done wrong. It is my fault. It's easy if you can do that. And yourself on the other side of you will forgive you if you love yourself. That's the important part. If you love yourself, is it difficult? As I mentioned just a while ago, your father, which is yourself on the other side, will forgive you, isn't it? Have you ever seen a father who does not forgive his son? No, of course not. There is love. There's always this love that's coming from what is the other side of you to yourself. But the problem is that, are you experiencing that love? The problem is that, do you really love yourself? You see, if you don't really love yourself, that's where the problem really lies. If you don't really love yourself, you will create God to forgive you. If you don't forgive yourself, if you cannot do that, you will create a devil that is a causation of your problem. And you say the devil causes it all on me. I'm not to be blamed. I'm not to be blamed because the devil caused it on me. See, whatever way it is, if we don't love ourselves, we manufacture an idea of a God who forgives me or a devil who causes the sin in me. But the truth really, I'm asking you, is that you have to exercise a tremendous effort and strength within yourself to begin to love yourself. That's right. Is that difficult? I urge you, you must do that. For that is the true solution of your life. You'll bring tremendous satisfaction in life when you are able to forgive yourself, and by doing so, rewrite the memory. That's right. Rewrite the guilt. And you live an awesome, happy life. Life is not about accumulating, right? I'm sure you know. Life is not about trying to get this and trying to get that. Do you know why we are accumulating all the time? We are accumulating because we couldn't be satisfied with ourselves. So we try to find satisfaction in the wealth that we have. But as you do know, if you're not happy yourself, nothing will make you happy. If you're not happy or love yourself, everything that you have, everything that you accumulate, all the thoughts and ideas that you can use to comfort yourself will not do anymore. It all boils down to one tremendous truth. Do I love myself? Can I love myself? I have to be very, very frank with you. I too couldn't love myself when I was younger. I had a religion. That's right, I had a religion. And the religion told me that someone else can forgive me of my sin. The religion told me that my karma can be cut off simply by trusting and praying to something out there. I had my share of faith in a religion. But something happened in my life. That's right. When my father passed away, I had to face death with myself. It was my father who died, but I had a stroke. And I had to face death in myself. And this death left me completely without anything, in the sense that my body was totally weakened during those moments. And it's those moments, after 3 years of pain and misery, in which I cried to God and said to God, please spare my life. Don't let me die so early in my life. I'm too young for that. I haven't lived my life at all. But on the 3rd year, the angels appeared before me. I will come here to answer all your prayers. There is a place within you, he said. That's right. That is between life and between death. And that place, get there. Get to that place. Because that is the place which will answer all your prayers. Frankly speaking, I don't know what that means. Where is that place that is between life and death? I can't understand that logic at all. But the truth is that I realized that there is such a place. There is a Father in you. A Father that truly loves you. But the Father is not out there. The Father is part of you. You are the Father and you are the Son. And you have to begin to realize the Father in you. That I am, that's what I call it. That I am, which is untouched by space and by time. That I am, which is before everything in this world. That I am, which is even before you were born. That I am, that's right, loves you. That I am is true love, you may put it that way. Go into that place. That's right. That's the only place of total satisfaction. That is a place where you can find all your prayers answered. What does it mean by all my prayers answered? You see, at that time in my life, I wanted this, I wanted a lot of money. But then suddenly my business had to drop because of the weakened body that I had as a result of the stroke. So I couldn't do anything which I wanted. So suddenly all my prayers disappeared. I had children I wanted to have in my body, but how do I bear them? But somehow, mysteriously, I want to tell you that the angel gave me a secret and told me how to reach that place between life and death. And my life began to bloom. Children is born from within me, through my wife, of course. And my wealth expanded beyond my wildest dream. And all I did was simply do exactly what the angel told me. That's right. The angel told me that I need to observe my thought. And I said, why? Because when you observe your thought from the observer, you will enter a place in between. That place in between is the I am. That place in between, which is neither the thought nor the observer, but in between. Yes, that's right, in between life and death. That place in between is the answer. It is before time, before space, before everything else. That is the Messiah. Wow. But follow my videos. I want to try to help you, and that's why I keep sharing all the, my videos don't appear to have a systematicness to it. I'm trying to write a book on it. I don't know how, my English is not as good, So, but whatever it is, I'm trying to share this secret, how to get to the place of the I am. But one thing I want to make it clear to you, I am cannot be found by just reading a book. I am cannot be found by just thinking about my I am. That's right. As I said in many of my videos, I am is only understood by being I am. Essentially, it's about loving myself as I am. That's correct, right? Yeah. So accepting yourself as I am. Now, when you are able to accept yourself as I am, would it be difficult for you to say I'm wrong? Of course not, right? So when you cannot say that I'm wrong, that means you couldn't accept yourself as I am. Isn't that right? Simple as that. It's about accepting myself as I am. And if you are finding yourself striving to be something or somebody, even if you're trying to be the best version of yourself, so to speak, are you loving yourself? Of course not. Because if you're trying to be somebody, that means you deny yourself, you hate yourself, so you're not accepting yourself as I am. It's very simple. Are you accepting yourself as I am? Some people say that, when I accept this religion helps me to be purer. Then I tell them that if you think that that religion is helping you to be purer, then you are saying that you are not in the right place where you are. Think of yourself as a father, and you have a son. Do you want your son to be a good guy? Of course you want. But whatever your son do, okay, you accept your son as he is. Even if your son goes the wrong route of life, will you reject your son? Of course not. You will always accept your son as he is. And why? Because your son is yourself. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be desiring to be a good man. Of course, you desire to be a good man. Right? Yeah, that's correct. That's a correct approach to life. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be desiring to be a rich man. Of course, you should expand your life and be fruitful in the way you work. But whatever you do, you still love yourself, do you? And in this way, you can be very happy all your life. It's not about the wealth. It's not about purity, right? That will make you happy. But it is me, being with me, that will make me happy. That's who I am. The point I'm trying to emphasize, have you touched me? Have you touched yourself? And touching yourself is a kind of a secret, you know that? It takes an angel to teach me how to do that, how to touch myself. I want to teach you how to touch yourself. Because without touching yourself, there is nothing that you have in this world. It's all about touching yourself. And touching yourself is a secret in itself. Because I don't know how to touch myself until the angel taught me how to do it. And I did it through meditation. And I will teach you how to do that. If you haven't touched yourself, there's nothing you need to touch further. But if you have touched yourself, everything that you go in life, you shall see beauty in it. Because you have touched me. So let me bring you to that place called me. That's right. And this is your solution in life. Follow my videos. God bless you. So, you might be a Buddhist. It doesn't really matter. The works that you have done, the deeds that you have done, the karma has been written by your signature. But it doesn't really matter. Touch me and discover that everything is actually forgiven. It is already written simply by touching me. That's right. But as long as you don't touch me, it will be perpetuated. The memory cannot be lost. And it will forever be there, perpetuating you continually in this life and in the next life that you live. But once you touch me, once you love me, wow, you will automatically rewrite your memory. Why? Because the behavior that you will have to other people will change, right? You'll be able to say, I have done wrong. You'll be able to say, I'm sorry, it is my mistake. And because you are able to say that, you can begin to rewrite everything, automatically, so to speak. I challenge you to do that, my good friends. Help yourself to touch me. That's all that is required in life. Restart your life. You cannot restart your life by simply rotating with a memory and keeping on telling yourself that I'm a good boy, that Buddha will help me, that the Savior will help me. You cannot do that. You cannot restart by just keeping on rotating your thought. Somebody will help me. Why? Because you got to love yourself. You are expecting somebody to love you, but you got to love yourself. If you can love yourself, you have found it. So why are you thinking that somebody else loving me can solve my problem if I don't love myself? You can ask God to help you, but if you don't love yourself, you don't touch me, what on earth is it all about? You yourself don't love yourself, where will you be in this world? You can restart by simply touching me. That's right. And everything is solved. Because once you love yourself, it is a miracle. All your prayers are answered. All your dreams have come true. I promise that. God bless you.